Hey geeks, before we get started, make sure to do your boy a favor, like, subscribe, leave some comments on the video, let me know what you want to see in the future, and make sure to check out our giveaways playlist because we got some great giveaways coming up.
McFarlane, Gold Label Collection, Mandarin Spawn, let's go. Alright geeks, so we're here with another Foxy Unboxy. We've got the McFarlane Gold Label Collection Mandarin Spawn. So, full transparency, I am not familiar with this figure at all, but when it was announced, I saw it and I loved it, so I had to get it. Alright, so first off, the box is kind of dope. It goes away from the traditional black that the McFarlane toys are coming in. It's got the Spawn logo written in its traditional Spawn green. You can see in the upper left corner, it's got the gold embossed Gold Label Collection. You can see in the top left corner, it's got the gold embossed McFarlane Gold Label Collection. And you can see throughout the box, they've got the little Spawn logo in the upper right hand corner, but it's got kind of a Mandarin Eastern type flair to it. Here's a shot of the side of the box. Peekaboo window. The other side looks basically the same. And a sweet portrait on the back of the box. Crescent shaped peekaboo window on the top of the box. Barcode and legal jargon at the bottom. And as always, comes with a McFarlane stand to help you get that balance. And it comes with a nice background insert that you can use for who am I kidding? You can't use it. Once you rip out the McFarlane stand, it's ruined. Thanks, Todd. Alright, so here he is in his cage. First thing you notice about this puppy, he's got two big honking weapons. He's got like a gargantuan spear and a big Hassan chop type sword, if you used to watch Looney Tunes. Mandarin Spawn with big honking weapons, booty shot. Woo-wee! This thing is huge. And I love the gold. And I love the carved details. And it's got a little Spawn face in there. Or logo. The staff handle is textured. Feels really good in hand. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's not flimsy and cheap feeling. To this honker. Hassan chop. Yo, this is nice, man. McFarlane, even though he really slips on the articulation, a lot of these designs you gotta give him credit for. I mean, this is really, really fantastic. Enter Mandarin Spawn. Like I said, I don't know much about him, but man, he is fun to look at. The design is awesome. I'm loving the way those bones protrude on his left shoulder and right out of his trapezius areas, right around his neck. That's pretty dope. And on the right shoulder, that bone kind of reminds me of Doomsday on Superman, but oh man, it's got little faces in it. That is pretty cool. All right, let's get a close-up look at him. Alright, so maybe you can appreciate the detail a little bit more now. So look how this comes out here. It's got striation marks there. It actually has a nice little dusty paint job there. Now looking at the bones coming out of the right shoulder, you'll see that there is looks like a female face there and then a demon face right below it. And then some faces right here on the side. That is pretty dope. Alright, so getting a close-up look at this shoulder, you see that there's the little female face I was talking about, then the demon face here, and over here in the back there's 4 tiny faces that you might be able to make out, Then right up front here, there's two tiny faces there. On the other side, you have these huge bones protruding, and you got some striation marks there. And then you've got kind of an airbrushed wash type paint over it, two-tone. Gives it a little bit of a worn look. In the back here, same thing. And you got these, I don't want to say bones because they're not bone color, they're silver. Maybe it's part of his armor protruding here. And you have another face here protruding in the back, more bone in front. With his face, he's got the spawn symbol there. And these look like antennae, but part of his helmet. But then he's got some bone horns, and he's got teeth, two big toofuses popping out there. And some more bone here in the middle of his chest that looks somewhat like ram horns. Face is covered with green jewels and green outlines. You see there's a green face right here on his right bicep. And then you see the chest plate actually looks like a demon face, has the same green emerald eyes. And then the waist part of his armor actually makes the bottom jaw of the demon. So you've got top jaw, bottom jaw here, and I guess if he crunches, it looks like his abdomen is eating. This guy's dope. You see his loincloth there is really long. It's got what is that? Oh, skull face in the middle, dragon at the top. Then on his knees, he's got armored demon face masks. One is kind of grimacing, the other is just giving a grill. The eyes are different. One on the right side or left for you has big wide eyes. Then on the other side, it has little squinty, evil looking eyes, kind of looking like a quintesson. Then down on the feet, you've got another bone demon face. On the other side, you have a tiny bone demon face. And what's that above it? Oh, it looks like a dragon or a demon above it. A lot of detail went into this. Much appreciated, McFarlane. Alright, what'd that head do? Probably not much with that long chin mask piece. So, did he get... Alright, that looks like as far as it wants to turn. Oh, actually, no. You can get more. I don't know why it stopped the other way. Ouch. Sharp. Oh, it was just tight. So you get a full 360, but notice how that head dips down. But the chin doesn't get caught on this armor hook in the back. I'm not going to bend it to go around it, but you probably could if you wanted to. So you can see the neck, I think it's on a ball joint. It does protrude an angle, so that way the chin is not getting caught up. Not the chin, but the back is not getting caught up on this piece of armor here. So the neck does protrude at an angle, so that way the head is not getting caught up on the back. Do we get a tilt? Nope, that's more of a turn. Yeah, I guess that could be a tilt. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say no tilt. It's more of a turn. Probably not gonna look back because of that armor hook back there. Yeah, you're not getting any movement backwards. I'm gonna guess that chin protrusion stops you from looking down also. Man, these things are kind of sharp. Yeah, you don't get any back and forth range there. You can see it moving, but you can't do anything with that. So I thought that these shoulder pieces were removable at first because they do move, but down at the bottom, they are really stubborn. I think they're glued in there. I don't want to rip them off in case they don't come off, because you see how this bends and comes out, but here it's just stuck in there. So I'm not going to rip it off. I'm going to let the more adventurous customizers do that. I don't tear my figures up, so so I'll look out to see what they say, but I don't think that's coming off. So with these shoulder protrusions, you're not going to get a whole lot of range. They do bend a little bit, so you can see that the left arm, you can get up almost to shoulder height. And oh yeah, oh shoot, no, please don't tell me. Oh crap. Please tell me that goes back in and I did not rip off the glue. Oh, are you serious? See, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. So, I don't know if that was supposed to happen. There's a groove in there for it to go back in, but it doesn't really stay on. So, That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. I don't think that's supposed to come off. And you see, yeah, see, look at the black that came off there, so the glue ripped. So I gotta glue that back on. All right, review must go on. So that's all I'm doing with the arms there. If we can go for a 360, do we have, yep, that 360 at the elbow. All right, I'll leave that off. 360 the other elbow. And it's on a single, elbow's on a single joint. You can flex on them 90 degrees, a little bit more than 90 degrees. If you push it, you can touch his head. There's a tiny McFarlane, what is it? Not a butterfly joint. What do I call them? Moth joints. Really tiny, so you don't get a lot of range there. You can see as far as that's coming in. Turn that arm there. HR friendly, he can give hugs. Not bad range. Now, the arm and shoulder joints, I must say, they're loose, but they got a nice little click to them. All right, so what about the abdomen? So you get a full 360 at the abdomen. Do we get a rock? Yeah, he's on a rocker there. You can stir the pot. As far as he leans forward, as far as he leans back, and looks like you got some waist movement there. Yep. You turn the waist too, and the waist does pivot a little bit, so you get a little extra range there if you pivot here and here. Does that affect backwards too? Oh, yes it does. Wow. Limbo, limbo. Alright, so notice how his legs kind of look like insect or reptile legs. The way the thighs come straight down, and then the calves go backwards, and then swoop around. No thigh swivel, no calf swivel. And are you freaking kidding me? All right, so got this thing's falling apart. All right, so the leg does pop back on. I guess you can swim it all around. You can get it to stay on. It pops off every time I get it to go around, so I'm gonna say no on the 360. Yeah, I'm sure you can take it off, put it back on. All right, like the way it looks, but man, this thing is flimsy. All right, so you got double jointed knee. That bone spur there touches the back of the thigh, but honestly I don't think it would go much further if that wasn't there, because it's really not bucking up against it. And you see that the knee plate is attached there on that little peg. Does this leg go forward? All right, so you don't get a lot of forward kick. Oops, loose knee. You don't get a lot of forward kick without the thigh flaring outwards, so not a lot of range there. And again, not surprised, McFarlane's not known for their range, but yeah, I was gonna say the double joint just looks funny because of the way it curves around, but it's just a regular double joint. I want to be careful with those knee pads because I don't want to rip them off, because it seems like I'm determined to break this thing. Then coming down here, is that some kind of, oh, I thought that was some kind of joint, but it is not. So there's no articulation in the feet to speak of. What about the sash here? Lifts up a little bit, but does not move. It's part of the mold. Not much of a split. You can open it up a little bit wider, but it won't stay. The legs fall back down to make a wish. What if he has drop down hips? I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. Almost forgot. You do get a swivel at the wrist. And you see, you're not getting repulsor blast, but you can get almost a 90-degree angle pivoting that wrist up. And same goes for pivoting it down. Dang, that shot was bad. It's killing me. So I was saying his joints were a little bit loose before and giving it praise. Taking that praise back, because as I mess with them now, they're getting more and more loose. And I'm afraid that they're going to get to the point where you can't hold these weapons because they're heavy. You see how his arm is starting to drop down now? It was a little bit more stiff earlier, and it's getting looser as I play with it. So that's not boding well for the future.
New fall apart action Mandarin Spawn, only from McFarlane Toys at Walmart. Alright, so overall, I'm impressed with the weapons, the paint job, and the overall look of the figure. Not impressed with the articulation, as usual. Not impressed with how loose the joints are, and not impressed with him falling apart. That shoulder protector with the bone on it, it's actually not back on there. I just kind of sat it up there for this end shot, but if I even blink at it, it's going to fall off, so I'm going to have to glue it back on. So if you got this figure, be careful with it because it is a little bit flimsy. Alright geeks, well thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Helps the channel grow. Really appreciate it. Sound off in the comments. Did you manage to get your hands on this, or are you not interested in it at all? Did this review help persuade you to buy it or actually pass on it? Let me know in the comments and sound off. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see about this figure, and I'll do a follow-up video or post some answers to questions on Instagram. Alright geeks, till next time, loosey goosey Spawn out.